Okay, well, I need to cut myself out a better piece out of one of these old fender wells out of the old race car. This is a piece that I was using for fitting that was cut out of the lower part, but it's got a lot of heavy pitting and a lot of the pitting goes right through, but up here it's in pretty damn good shape all the way around. So I've already basically fitted this piece down here. Let's see, down here. It's out of my picture. Down here. So now I'm gonna use it as a pattern to cut the best piece I can find out of here. It's right here. So I'm just gonna trace around it. Cut close to the line, but not on it. And that'll give me what I need. Now, for those of you that were concerned about my eyesight, I took your suggestion. Just my readers or my magnifiers may not be enough protection, so there you go. How about that? I wish they made these grinders turn the other way. They wouldn't throw all the crap back at you. A little awkward. Need another disc. I'll bring you back for the aftermath. Well, I got it whacked out. Getting close. I got my pattern here, but I'm just creeping up on it. I think this is the last piece I got, and I don't want to make a mistake. So I'm doing the best I can to not screw up. Yeah, it looks like about the same amount on both sides. Got the bottom, I think, as close as I'm going to take it, and I'll trim it up if I have to when I fit the rest of the body work. This one. Yeah, I'm gonna creep up on this one too. Just don't wanna. It's easy to take it away than put it back. And yep, kinda glad I didn't. That's yeah. Do some measurements here. We're gonna bolt into that and hold it. Clamp right there. I think that's going to be pretty good. A little bit more trimming, but what do you think? Hey, hell yeah, I guess I need to tip this down a little bit so you can see a little bit. Sorry. Anyway, I'll trim a little bit more off of it, but I would say that it's this. I didn't trim all the way to the line here, but I think I'm glad I didn't, because I think this is right. Now I did figure out something off air. Right here, the bottom of this B-pillar is the bottom of the car. From everything I've seen, this is the very bottom, not this lip, but the bottom of the the B-pillar. So I measured up from here, just gave myself a datum line of 10 inches from the bottom to here. So this is my datum. and everything would be measured from here, 10 inches down. So I'll measure this, I'll put a straight edge across here. Looks like I got a little bit of overhang, that's good. 10 inches down. And same way with this piece when I fit it in, 10 inches down. So at least I got something to measure against. It's the only thing I could find that was still there, that wasn't rotted completely off, that is still where it should be. So this will be the next piece I'll get welded in. I got a little more fitting to do, just like I did on the other side. And then I can cut this, the rest of this inner rocker off along with the B-pillar. Or I need to cut it off. I already did that to the other side. So after that, time to start fitting the jigsaw back together again with parts that'll actually survive instead of rotted out. I swear I've drilled out virtually every tack weld on this car. There's going to be several along this edge here on this side that I'm going to have to repair. On the other side, it seems to be pretty solid. So I know I'm going to have to do repairs here, cut out some pieces, and it's just rusted through and all bulged. So I got to fix that. And after I get that and this done, then I guess it's going to be the middle here. I'm going to start drilling out the rest of the tack welds that holds this thing together. I'll have to check. I bet you there's not going to be 2 feet worth of tack welds or spot welds that I didn't drill out of this car and put it back together again. Oh well, it's what it's going to take to do a good job. More later. Well, here's the fitment so far. Pretty good. It's fitting up to the old inner rocker, which there again is pretty much in the proper place, even though it's pretty rotten. But everything's lining up pretty damn nice. About as good as I could hope for. Even with a fender drop down into place, everything lines up. So I'm going to take this piece out and blast it and buff around the areas there and get her spot welded into place. And so it'll be just like the other side here. Be spot welded into place, and then I can remove this old inner rocker in the lower part of the B-pillar, so get that out of the way. And that's at least going to be sort of the last of the heavy rusted parts. But there's still some other rust that's got to be replaced. This whole plate in here, so I got to redo all that. It's pretty damn thin. So I got to build myself a metal brake. Probably going to be my Christmas project for myself, so I can bend up some of these angles. Okay, let's do a little welding. Put this piece into place, but it's fitting really good. God, these gloves just, I keep getting 2 fingers on the trigger. New gloves, not happy with them. Ah, a little too long on the trigger. down. Sorry I lost you there for a moment. My card filled up. Anyway, I put a few more spot welds in it. The fender bolted on here, and everything fits really nice. I think I've got it pretty damn close, if not pretty perfect. Even this little piece here, the filler panel that goes in the bottom, seems to all fit pretty much right. I got to make new ones, but that one's my template. And yeah, overall everything looks good. So now I can go ahead and eliminate this inner rocker and continue on from there. But I'm pretty happy with those, considering how I made them and how I had to come up with them. But luckily, with the old parts from the race car, gave me the sheet metal, because making these, yeah, a guy could, but it's easy. It's nice to have good metal that's original, and just cut it out and not have to worry about trying to bend these angles and stuff that are already there. And that one's in down there, so we're on our way. Okay, a little bit of a recap here on the work I've been doing. I got the pieces on both sides there, spot weld or tack welded in, and I got them relatively correct, but you're dealing with like 3 planes, the curve here and meeting here, then this curve, and then curve this way and down. Man, it's just a lot of positions to try to figure out. And it looks like I got everything right except for how this piece curves down. That one I got a little bit more, but I don't think it's enough. And this one I got less. I don't know if you can see it here. You can see that it rises up. It should go down, but then on another area, this piece, this closing panel that goes in the bottom, fits right. So you know, just the way it should. And I just, too much shit to wrap my head around, I guess. So I'm just going to leave them the way they are right now. Then when I go to put the pieces together and I can sit up the full fenders, or wings in English case, see how this is. I like the fit all the way around here. I did a really nice job, fitted really good, and I hate to cut it loose to try to readjust it, because then it's going to throw the other areas out of whack. So the easiest way I can think of is splitting it about right there, tipping it down, and then weld it, because everything else is relatively correct. But yet this, you know, where this panel goes in, it fits right. So until I get the new rockers in to see where everything's going to sit, I think I'm just, as much as I want to play with this, because I'm a bit of a perfectionist and it's a pain in the ass, I just have got to leave it alone. And the same way down there, that one's closer, I think. But I got lots of other things to do on this. I've got cut pieces out and repair here and along this edge here. Then of course the whole floor is where I need my metal brake. This piece right here is going to be interesting. It's not part of the, I mean, it's welded, it's spot welded on. But there again, here's another piece that curves but flares. So it's a compound. And then I've got a flange here that's bent this way, and then a flange here that's bent this way, and another flange here. But there's another little piece that a whole crap load is going on all at one time. I'm going to make an attempt at making those, and then of course I have to do a mirror image of the one down there. Some suggestions have been make a wooden buck. Then I'm going to have to, of course, make another wooden buck for that one down there, because it's a mirror image. But I'd like to do those in one piece. I know you can bend this pretty easily, but it's the flanges that are a bit of a difficulty. And I've got a shrinker stretcher, but these really should be tipped, and I don't have a bead roller to do any tipping with, and I know they can be hammered. So, and more brain cells I've got to burn to consider this piece. I mean, yeah, all else fails, I can make this and then I can weld on the flanges, but I really like to do it in one piece. There again, the perfectionist side of me trying to come out, and I'm trying to suppress it as best as possible. And I got to go buy some 18 gauge steel so I can bend this front part of the trunk floor up, and I'm welding on a later trunk floor that's raised. So this is the earlier area that's different than a later one, so I'm going to kind of merge the two to make a raised trunk floor to hopefully it'll give me more room for my spare. And then this is pretty easy, this piece here, and it's split factory in the middle right here. So they're put together right here. So got to go buy myself a sheet of 18 gauge, and so I can make up that stuff. And there's a myriad of other little rust repairs, but yeah, this piece is going to probably keep me busy most of the winter. There's a lot more going on here than it looks for such a small piece. Restoring it is there's just a lot of area to repair. Anyway, thanks for watching and subscribing. Get this video put together.